know the deal, bro. And I'm gonna get into it. Baz, everybody on the internet, even people that wasn't reporting on Stockton or any artist from Stockton, not even EBKJ-Bo. DC always was reporting on the scenario. Jaleese was always reporting on Stockton news. You see what I'm saying? So you can't really even, I can't even really say like, you know, they bloggers, but there have been a lot of bloggers that have picked up the situation because they know it's gonna get views, right? I didn't really want to report on it because it's sad in so many different ways, you know what I'm saying? And I happen to know Band's pops. Now, I think I met Band's when he was like a kid at his pop's party, one of his pop's birthday parties. Didn't know, but as an adult, you know what I'm saying? I barely connected back with his pops earlier this year. So me knowing them, you know, and me knowing Stockton and me knowing people out there, I be feeling bad because and that's why, okay, when I continuously tell people this, I start trolling DC based upon, I don't like to perpetuate this stuff because if you are from a place, you know the dynamics of the place and how people get down. So me knowing how people get down in general out there, I always try to like, people always say OGs or something like that, right? Like where the OGs at? I wouldn't consider myself an OG. One thing, I ain't hella old, but I've gained wisdom over my years to understand. Like if you listen to that song, Gang Gang, it's called, and people been asking about that song to be on the back of the blogs of late. It's called Holy Trinity, right? But I just be trying to send a positive message out there, knowing we all can get down with the get down, bro. That's super easy, right? It's super easy to do certain things once you can get past the mental part of stuff. It's like, if you ever, I ain't never skydived, but I'm pretty sure if I skydive twice, it'll be easier to skydive again, right? It'll be easier for me to do things that I once might have had a mental block of, and then when I do it, it isn't as effective as I thought it was going to be emotionally, right? So a lot of people, gotta look at it, a lot of the people in Stockton, bruh, and a lot of people just in general be raised by their moms most of the time. They pops either absent, incarcerated, passed away, yada, yada, yada. So we in turn get taught a lot of times by the people around us that need teaching, right? So we all fall victim into it. Maybe we fall victim and we lose our lives, or we fall victim and we lose our lives to the system, to the yard, to the graveyard, whatever, to mental problems, right? So as much as I be rapping and I talk whatever, and don't ever get it misconstrued. I think a man should always protect himself. A human should always have self-preservation. So whatever that means to you in your life, if you live in Chicago, I wouldn't tell you not to have a thing. You better have a thing, you know what I'm saying? And you better be, you know, so certain environments will require a certain level of protection. At the same token, though, this America, you can move, you can get ghosts. A lot of times it's pride in youth that causes people to do things that they don't really understand, ultimately might take them away from certain aspects. I'm gonna turn off this TV real quick. Now, I done did hella shit in my life, in my youth, that there's no way this age bracket that I do. There, I wouldn't do it because it didn't really bring me no value up to this point. So wisdom and just experience didn't help me change certain aspects of my life. So when you don't give yourself that opportunity, and then you get older, right? Because the alleged unaliving was years prior, allegedly, right? So maybe in this part of his life, even though maybe the lyrics didn't, I'm pretty sure at this point, a person would take it back. But the sad thing is, you can't take back certain things. So while we all perpetuate this stuff, right? And I watched all the blogs really just to see what people was talking about. And I really was like, man, I shouldn't do it because I got respect for his pops. And I know his pops got to be hurting that. One thing I know is dad coming home soon. I know his dad wanted to see him successful. And if I got a song called Forever Young, right? And they say, B, I know you, my nigga B, I hope he get to see his son success free. That bar was for bruh. That bar was for Band's dad. You see what I'm saying? Because I know how it be, bruh. I got a level of respect for J-Bo, Slo-Be, all of the Stockton people. Why would I hate any people where I'm from, especially understanding the dynamics of it as a grown man and go, none of it was really worth it because all my friends, all the people I was hanging out with, damn near ain't even here no more. All of them damn near passed away. So me understanding those dynamics, because how I looked at it, like, look at it. Jay Black gone, Trap Mob Los gone, and he incarcerated. So that's a group of people that their lives just didn't prosper the way they should have. And that's the whole dynamic of Stockton. I really didn't know no people with no job. Growing up, the only person I knew that had a job, like my grandma, my mom, and my older brother. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know no people that was doing anything productive. What was productive was the streets. That was where I could get some money. And a lot of times you start young. And I don't know how it is growing up in y'all environments, but I always felt like growing up in Stockton was like growing up on a level 4 yard, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So it really made me like I was like, okay, you look at Bands, he was playing football, he was in the sports, but the streets drag you so much and you feel so loyal to the streets that you kind of throw your life away in so many different ways. You see what I'm saying? And then the people you around, what's messed up is they not gonna be here in 20 years, especially when you're in that type of environment. They not, them friends that you fighting or hurting for ain't even, most likely ain't gonna be alive, or they gonna be incarcerated, or they gonna move on with their lives and not be devoted to what you was devoted to. They gonna be devoted to their families, their lives, whatever their lives consist of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fall victim to addiction, you know, and for reals, I didn't fall victim to addiction. And a lot of times that was when I was the maniest. That was when I was the craziest. You see what I'm saying? I'm probably more crazy now because I know the truth of stuff. I'm not playing with no man. I don't play with men. Like that's not what I'm gonna do. We're not I don't do that. Now trolling, okay, on the internet, lightweight, but not really. I just don't do stuff like that because I know how serious it is, and I know how serious people's emotions are. A lot of times, people don't want to admit how emotional they are, especially men in the streets. They don't want to admit that they got feelings, and you. This is how you know somebody got feelings, right? If somebody is willing to throw their life away just to take yours for whatever reason, they really got some emotional damage, bro, because you giving up you for them in many different ways. And if you understand and you've been through it, then you understand those dynamics. You know what I'm saying? And you forced to stand on unalivings more or less than any other thing you do, um, for the simple fact that you could know in the back of your head, it can always go bad. I can always get locked up. I can always lose my freedom. I can always, so you always gonna be living on a certain edge, right? So when, for future references, for people that, you lost like the rest of us, right? You got to think about yourself as a bar of gold. You got to think about yourself as valuable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the vital ages of like 18 to 25. And that's usually like, if you ever, it's statistics, right? Most of the time when the army try to recruit people, it be from like the ages of like 15. That's why they be in your high schools, to them ages 15 to 25, because they know they can take a hold of your mind and form you to anything that and they gonna look for specific people. Okay, can you take orders? Can you be callous about other people's lives for America? Stuff like that. So that's kind of how the streets can be. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I never got rewarded for being a good person. I more or less got rewarded for the bad stuff I was willing to do, and people supported that over. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever turned down my money, but I was getting it from the streets, right? Not even my family. So nobody was telling me, don't do that, when they seen it was working. So um, life be rough, bruh, for a bunch of different people. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta pray and hope that you get a chance to redeem some of those things to better your life and your existence, right? Do I think it's right? No, I don't know the circumstances in it. Neither do I really want to try to look for them. But I do know, like, two people lost their lives. Hey, and I was supportive of Bkandz, bro. 100%. I don't care I didn't care how nobody felt about my support for his success in his new life. You see what I'm saying? I can't support the streets no more. The streets, they left me. You know what I'm saying? I support manhood. I support people that want to be productive, and I support love, bro. Because life is a doozy, bro. Life is a roller coaster. You always gonna have challenges in this life and living and trying to overcome. And I just tell you, like, don't hide from yourself, bro. Be willing to be human to yourself. Be willing to be loving to yourself, because self-preservation is preserving oneself. You see what I'm saying? So many different ways you gotta preserve yourself. We ain't taught every skill and tool when we're young, and we already missing certain links that would have helped us. I don't think personally I would have been in the streets if my pops was around. If my pops was around, bro, my pops was a mean dude. He would have made sure, like, he'd have beat up. No, don't mess with my son. But he wasn't there to protect that element, right? So in turn, I had to go through certain trials and tribulations and battles, even still to this day, based upon something that happened 20 years ago, 30 years, 20 years ago. I ain't that old. But you know what I'm saying? So you always gonna have these things if you grew up in a negative environment, bro. You could let them destroy you, or you can let them define you. And I just chose at a certain point in my life, like, I'm not letting this stuff destroy me, because I was letting it. I was letting it take me out. I was letting it take me to dark places. And the messed up part is I was comfortable with them dark places for a very long while. But now me being older and understanding, like, bro, one day this life gonna be over for me, right? This life gonna be over for me. What did I do, or what did I try to better things? One thing that I was involved in, but also just as a human being, bro. If you know something, you shouldn't be afraid to share it with people, or share goodness with people. Everybody always willing to share the bad stuff. That's why nobody reported on Bkandz until he got incarcerated, bro. Until he got incarcerated, a lot of the blog sites, man, is a bunch of blog sites picking up that, because they know they gonna get $200-300 off of reporting on it. So of course they gonna report on it. So it's always money driven, but people don't have no character. People don't stand on business. I did this and I still ain't made really no money off of YouTube. A lot of the conversations and the opening up I do on here, I did it because of, I started blogging when Stockton started popping, right? And I seen people was going to influence the negativity to young cats. Bands was what? When that happened, he had to be like 19, 20. So I knew that these vultures, these manipulating people, these these demon possessed people, because don't think just because you ain't got the in your hand and you ain't but if you getting money off of the blood of others, which that's what everybody doing. If you haven't been blogging about bands, uh and you haven't been blogging about these people, why you only wait till they lose in order to blog about them? Why you only, they, they'll stay on something with somebody demise and they act like it's cool, but that demon that's possessing you to want to take glory in somebody's demise and have an opinion and a judgment on somebody's demise is demonic, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a child of God. That don't mean, see, when I read the Bible, it be kind of different. Cause, hey, I'm gonna give you some game. When Peter, when the Romans, I think, or whoever came up to Jesus, right? When they came up to Jesus and they was trying to take him to crucify him, his disciple Peter sliced off the ear of one of those soldiers trying to get Jesus. So to me, God never told you, God didn't destroy cities, sent people to destroy cities. What make you think you gotta be a demon to be protective and be that type of person? That don't take nothing. So what people do when they allow that demonic stuff in their spirit, it just destroy everything around them, bro. So I just say, think better, understand more, gain wisdom, gain some knowledge of life, and gain a knowledge of the energy that's around you, the vibration, the frequencies. We all just energy when you really break it down to a science, that we all just energy, and your battery gonna run out. So you gotta just open your mind. Ain't, bruh, if you go to prison, most likely all it's gonna do is make you smarter, because what you gonna do in there? Read books all day or something like that. For the most part, you're gonna be forced to read and educate yourself. Educate yourself now, bruh, before you lose everything. Before you lose the only thing that should be the most precious to you, your life and existence. And even if I be depressed, I be all the same stuff that everybody else be. But at the end of the day, I just go, whatever I'm here for, hopefully I fulfill that need, so that if there is another place, I get to rise to that other place, because it be rough. It be rough. I thought it would get much better at my age, but that come with perspective and that come with work. You got to work on these things. Everything ain't always fair. But trying to speed up the process sometimes can have you crashing out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta look at these things, and they don't be real until it's real. But life get real, bro, for people in many different ways. Or your life get taken, and you ain't even got a chance to express that stuff. Now, bro that passed away had twins, had I think he passed away a couple of days before his birthday. He was about to, that's what the rumors on the internet, that bro was about to celebrate his birthday, bro. That's some cold, cold life, man. I'm blessed that I got to move past that point. So, in turn, I hope the same for y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hope the same for everybody else, that you get to see what your purpose was on this. And maybe it was to maybe, bro, life, when you conclude it, you go, I don't understand why this person had to pass away, but at least they got blessed with with having children, so they could leave themselves on this earth in some form or fashion. So hopefully his kids get to live through him. So RIP to him. Hopefully Band's free. He free one day, and hopefully that y'all take some. Man, I don't need a million views. Hopefully my words resonate, and people take that the spirituality. I'm trying to give them the energy, my energy that is hard for me to give away, right? It's hard for me to do this because I'm not all the way right. I'm not all the way, but I know what's right. I know what I should say. I know what I should do. So I try to do them things no matter they hard as if it's hard as hell. Nigga. Who don't wanna you know what I'm saying? But that would take away from me and who I'm trying to become. So I just wish the blessings on everybody. Good morning, fam. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, y'all. You know, so I just try to leave something positive on there. Ain't too much in our culture that's positive, bro. Everybody wants you to lose. And how can you love me if you want to see me lose? How could you love me and you don't want to see me happy or shine? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to see the next person shine, then you got to check where your heart at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Love is love ain't soft. Love is like, man, you know, it's that connection that you got with people. So, you know, make sure it's the right type of love, bro. Make sure you love people correctly. Even if they don't understand that you is. You know what I'm saying? I tell a friend, nigga, you stupid. You dumb. You be tough. The toughest. Nobody wins. Nah, you slow. You don't love your kids. I tell a person that to say they lies. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, so at the end of the day, man, you gotta stay prayed up in this joint, man. You gotta have some level of balance in this joint, bro. That man had the opportunity to be the greatest he wanted to be. Now he don't. And that's the sad point. That's why I was trying to bring that positivity out. That's why I was, hey, stop trolling, bro. Let people grow. Stop doing that. You shouldn't, because one thing, karma them up. You know what I'm saying? When you laughing at that person because they fail, you open up the opportunity for you to fall. So don't ever get glory. Don't ever try to find glory in other people's demises, because all that's gonna happen is one day you gonna be the person getting laughed at. And the sad part is that's what keep the cycle of it going. So to break the cycle, you must change. You must think different. You must learn from people. Wisdom, they say wisdom, in the Bible say wisdom is when you could see other people's mistakes and stuff like that, and you can learn from their mistakes. Knowledge is going through it yourself. So hopefully y'all stay wise and you only got to gain that knowledge. I gained a lot of knowledge over wisdom until I started seeing. Then okay, Ralph, you got to, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully you don't just obtain knowledge. Knowledge means you're going to obtain a lot of pain and stress and heartache. Wisdom is growing and learning from other people without having to go through it. That's the wise person. So, you know what I'm saying? And everybody worship these people that's in the streets and stuff like that. But as far as I've seen in the last 5 years, with how music and how everybody puts so much on this, what people winning? How many people really winning? Even the people that you thought was winning. Jay-Z's and P. Diddy's, and that's what we put a lot of people put the culture of hip hop is their way of living based upon the streets. So it's a little bit collectively of both, but every street rap nowadays is based upon your street affiliation. But who winning? Almost every rapper, even from Dirk, and it's only gonna get worse because technology getting better. They gonna be able to go back, boop, 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 boop. They ain't gotta, you know, when you watch them old movies and they got the little police chart and they got the top dude up top on the board. They don't need that board no more. Everything digital. the computer doing it for them. Okay, it's analyzing, boom, 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 boom. So the game has changed anyways, bruh. You're not gonna be able to get away with the stuff you was able to get away with back in the day. So you should think about elevating yourself. There's many ways to make money nowadays. Get online and create any type of, you know what I'm saying, business that you kind of want. Business is global now. So you don't have to lose to try to win no more, bro. You know, everything built up. You don't got to, you know what I'm saying, everything for your leisure. So enjoy this life while you still got it, bro. And enjoy the people around you, and don't take yourself out the game unnecessarily. You know what I'm saying? Raphael 7, baby, though.